up, everybody? My name is Logan Glenn, and today I'm going to be talking about the Smith & Wesson M&P 1522 LR rifle. Alright, YouTube, so just to clarify so I don't get in trouble or my video taken down, go ahead and get a little closer. The weapon is clear and safe. So this is I believe the first model of the M&P 1522. I just picked her up today, put a little bit of attachments on it, make it a little bit more customizable to me. In total, it weighs 6.6 pounds and it is front heavy. This rifle so far to me has been pretty reliable. I picked her up, I set up a backdrop outside so I don't shoot into anybody's house. We have pretty good property out here, a lot of wooded area, nothing to really worry about, but just for safety. If you ever want to shoot on your property, I would talk to your local sheriff's office. That's what I did, and they gave me all the information I needed. For me, I just needed to have a backdrop so I don't shoot in front of somebody's house. As far as reliability goes, I have put 75 rounds through it. So I have 3 25-round magazines for 22 LR. This one has a Magpul grip on the bottom. I put 75 rounds total. I haven't had any problems. She did smoke a little bit, but that's because I was shooting a little bit rapidly and I wasn't necessarily giving it the break it needs. If you get a little closer here, you'll see we have a brass deflector. Our ejection port is a lot smaller than that of a regular AR-15. With that said, we will not be able to fit a regular AR-15 .223-5.56 magazine into your mag well. However, speaking of AR-15, this is an amazing training aid. I do know quite a bit of people, including the owner of the gun shop where I got this, who use this firearm, for maneuverability, for building searches, for training, to get, comfortable with the AR platform, whether you buy a Colt, PSA, whatever you get, it's to get you a little bit more familiar. I do know some law enforcement officers who do the same. They'll use this because ammo's cheaper for a M&P 1522. Compared to 223 or 556, it's cheaper to shoot, it's cheaper to buy, and God forbid, you damage your rifle, it is easier to repair. So just going over the rifle really quick, I have a Magpul grip on here, just the stock that it came with, standard stock. And keep in mind, these aren't the best attachments, these are cheap pieces of crap, only because, this is just a fuck around rifle. We have rail guards, cheap pack, a pretty decent light on here. I haven't had a problem with the light. Again, I was putting some rounds through it. I didn't have any problems. Nothing came loose. Red dot on here isn't bad. This foregrip isn't bad. I'm not a big fan of this grip on the foregrip. I do a C-clamp grip, but in the event that I need to, I can still do that. I have my cord zip tied, so that way I don't have them loose hanging around. And that's about it. I don't have a sling on yet, but we're gonna get to that next. Similarities between this and that of an AR-15, like a legit AR-15 rifle chambered in 223 or 556. The mag release is the same. I feel like the trigger is a bit closer on this one compared to the other AR-15s I've seen and used. It still has the 2-point breakaway. You push this pin out, and push this pin out, which it is relatively easy to push out. Actually, it comes out extremely easy. And there's your internals. You do have your, to be honest, I don't know what that's called. I think it's a bolt release. I did notice you don't have a forward assist button on this rifle. Not really something I'm worried about, as I've never really used that too often. I haven't had any jams either. Quad rail is pretty good. 16-inch barrel, so that way I don't have any legal problems. It's fully state compliant as a rifle. Go on, Scott. Even then, length, I like a longer rifle. I'm not a big fan of shorter rifles. My stock, I also don't have it out far. I have it on the second click. 1, 2. So I have it on the second click. 1, 2. There we go. Second click. I am going to be replacing this stock with a Magpul stock as well as this charging handle. So we're going to replace the charging handle as well. So don't mind the car noises, guys. You're going to hear a bit of cars. We live right next to the road, but we do own all of this wooded area out here. Cameraman, go ahead. We own all the wooded area out here, so there's nothing to worry about shooting. Loading a 15-22 is the exact same as loading an AR-15. You're gonna take your magazine, you're gonna insert it into here, take her off safe, and now she's loaded. You are gonna notice the charging handle when I load it doesn't go as far back. There is a 25 round magazine here. And so we're gonna shoot just one magazine for now. I already put 75 rounds through it, so this would be 100 rounds even. We're gonna put 25 more rounds through just to see if we get any reliability issues. 25 rounds, 22 LR out of the 15-22. We're gonna clear and safe, magazine out. Weapon is clear and safe. Okay, so that was 25 more rounds. I did have 2 more loaded magazines, but I didn't really feel like putting my my cameraman through too much. Mosquitoes are really bad. My cameraman's my beautiful fiance, but the mosquitoes are really bad right now. But that was 25 rounds. We did a few steady shots and then we got into a little bit more rapid fire. You'll notice in the video, there's not a lot of recoil on this rifle. I did notice we didn't have a jam. That was really good. The weapon is again clear. Everything was done in a safe training environment, but in my opinion, the 15-22 is an excellent training aid, especially for those who are trying to get into the AR-15, those who are in law enforcement, military, private security, executive protection, anything really that involves use of one of these weapons. And, you know, clearing, searching, you know, distance firing. I wouldn't use this gun for training at a distance. It's not necessarily a distance gun, but it is an excellent training aid and just something fun to plink with. I can tell me and my family are gonna have a lot of fun with this firearm. This video is not sponsored. I'm new to this, but I'm new to the video aspect of it. But this, I went out and I bought this myself from the Hawk Shop in Port Huron. Shout out to those guys who did really good with me. They helped me out. They gave me a lot of advice for this firearm. But thank you for watching, guys. That is my opinion on the Smith & Wesson M&P 15-22.